In Batman, Three Jokers by Geoff Johns, Jason Fabok, and Brand Anderson are Batman, Batwoman, and Red Hood surprised by the fact that apparently the Joker never was a single individual, but three different people: the comedian, the criminal, and the clown. They have to stop these criminals, these supervillains, because they have a sinister plan with stolen chemicals. These three Jokers are the criminal, the first Joker, how he was portrayed in the 30s, I think, a criminal mastermind, the clown, how you would see him in a kid show, the almost child-friendly comic relief with colorful gadgets, and the comedian, how he's portrayed now in the comics, a sadistic sociopath who manipulates people around him in order to torture them, may it be mentally or physically. As if these three supervillains weren't problems enough, the heroes themselves have conflicts among them. Jason Todd, the Red Hood, wants to kill the Joker, or the Jokers, because one of them have almost killed him and murdered his mother. Batman and Batwoman want to prevent, of course, even though Batwoman, aka Barbara Gordon, herself was crippled by the Joker and was bound to a wheelchair for years. Because Batman, who has a decade-long history with the Joker, but also doesn't want to kill him and doesn't want Jason to kill him because he thinks it will only add one murderer to the world. And he feels sorry and guilt for what happened to Jason, but also he isn't one of Jason's favorite people. The interestingly developed idea of the three Jokers and the tensions between the investigators are the highlights of the comic, next to the grandiose drawings by Jason Fabok and Brad Anderson. And seriously, these drawings are some pure gourmet shit. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about art to describe them in more detail, you just have to believe me here. What I can describe, though, is the successful pacing of the story. When it comes to comics, I usually complain that the story is running through the events too quickly without building them up or letting them settle down a bit. But everything here was perfect. Except, of course, the miserable love affair between Jason and Barbara. Barbara, by the way, sounds like a trust teacher or school therapist all the time. That's a weird thing I noticed. So this love relationship between Jason and Barbara seems a bit like tacked on and underdeveloped, and more like a leftover story thread from another comic, which may be the case. I'm not familiar with the new DC universe. So is it Rebirth now, or it wasn't New 52? New 52 I knew a bit, but this new shit I have no idea. And it's definitely not a beginner comic for Batman either. You have to know what happened to Jason Todd and to Barbara Gordon, and you definitely have to have read The Killing Joke by Alan Moore and this guy, because Three Jokers has some important references to Killing Joke that you need to understand in order to understand this story. I also found out by my little research that apparently there's some controversy among fans whether or not Three Jokers is canon, if it's actually part of the DC multiverse, and I better stay out of that because I have no idea. And even though I really love continuity, in DC's case, it's not that important because you can look at every story as part of its own continuity. If you have to make cuts in order to make a great story, which is the case here, I don't care for that. So it's just a story that made the Joker interesting again. I usually don't like it when the Joker is openly shown, because he works best when he's used sparingly. But here, I don't have a problem with that, because it's a delight to see the three Jokers interact, and their plan is terribly weird, and I'm here for it. Yeah, so Three Jokers is definitely a treat for everyone who likes Batman, Batwoman, Red Hood, and all the Joker, and likes an exciting story with great drawings.